Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your boy Heatscore here from my home studio in Toronto, Canada. Today I want to talk to you guys about promotion mentality. So promotion mentality, what do I mean by this? I think that as musicians, as artists, we get so worked up in the creative flow and the writing and that whole creative aspect of being a musician, playing live and whatnot, that we forget a really fucking important part about this whole industry. Probably the most important part, and that's promoting your fucking release. So I'm gonna talk to you guys today about some things that I keep in mind here and things that I generally keep as a guideline right after I release some music. So hopefully this helps you guys a little bit, and hopefully I'm able to shed light on what I do, and maybe you're able to follow in my footsteps and maybe gain some new fans, gain some new followers. So tip number one, patience. Patience is a huge fucking word right now. This is probably the most important thing that you need to focus on here. You need to be patient, man. Things aren't gonna happen overnight. And to be honest with you, you don't really want things to happen overnight. You don't want to be a one-hit wonder who nobody's gonna remember. You are in a better position right now to take control of your music career. As long as you start promoting yourself, there should be a gradual increase in your fan base. I'm gonna give you guys an example so I can prove to you that I know exactly what the fuck I'm talking about here. In the summer or in the spring of 2019, I wrote a song called Waves off the Odyssey EP, released on my label, Lazuli Records. I didn't shop it out to much labels. I felt that I just wanted to release something that sounded like that really fast. So I wrote it, put it out there. Didn't give it too much thought. When I released the song in June of 2019, I put a little bit of money into some promotion. One of the promotions that I did was I hired a influencer on Instagram, okay? The Instagram influencer created a video, posted it online, roughly around the same time of the release, June or July. It wasn't until October of 2019, so that's June, July, August, September, October, 4 months later, that Tiesto picked up my shit and played it on his podcast. I didn't know what happened. So I did a little bit of research and I figured out that yes, Tiesto in fact liked the video that the influencer did with my song in it. So that just goes to show you, things take time, guys. You guys gotta be patient. You gotta nurture this shit. It's like a flower, You gotta feed it, you gotta feed the flower, and then slowly it's gonna start growing. In all avenues, you gotta have patience. Don't look for instant gratification, all right? You gotta have a lot of patience. You gotta trust at what you're doing, and that's gonna take me on to my other point. All right, so my second point, lower your expectations. And I really mean this shit. You can't expect for people that don't even fucking know who you are to take the time of the day to listen to your shit. And I know it's shitty to say it, but I'm sorry, it's just the way it is. At the end of the day, you gotta realize nobody gives a fuck about you. Nobody gives a fuck about me. You gotta lower your expectations, and you gotta earn this shit. And the way you earn this is through time. And I talked about this in my earlier episode. We'll put a link in the description for that. I talked about branding. And branding is something that is gonna take a shitload of time. But as long as you're branding yourself, then eventually people are subconsciously gonna go listen to your shit. To be completely honest with you guys, personally speaking, every time I release a song, I have no expectations whatsoever. And I find that this actually works. So every time I finish a song, I have no expectations at all. And I go through the process through my marketing strategies, and I trust in the process. And at the end of the day, how good the song does, that's gonna vary. And it also varies depending on how much money you're gonna put into this promotion. But at the end of the day, as long as your brand is growing song after song, then pretty much you've done your job. So lower your expectations, and you gotta earn it. And that's gonna take me to point 3. All right, guys, so we're on to the third point right now. And the third point is gonna be one word, engagement. All right, so engagement can mean a lot of things. The way that I'd like to look at it, engagement, I'd like to think of it as give and you shall receive. Especially in your early days when you're just starting to grow your social media or your SoundCloud account or your Twitter account or Facebook or whatever. You need to put in the time and you need to put in the effort to give to the greater audience. You got to give them something, because at the end of the day, like I said before, nobody gives a fuck about you. So I'll give you an example, and I'll probably drop a video about this, but on Instagram alone, I mean, you can sit there and you can like and you can comment and you can send messages and whatnot. That's all engagement, right? You can do that on Facebook groups. You could do that via Twitter. You could do that via SoundCloud. You have to engage with people in order for them to care about you. And it's going to take a while, but you have to engage with them, all right? There needs to be some sort of a human connection between you and the person that eventually you want to turn into a super fan. You're not looking to engage so somebody can go listen to your song or watch your YouTube video and then forget about you. That's not the point. You want a lifelong commitment from your audience. So they're stuck on your brand and they're stuck on you as a person, and whatever it is, whatever weird shit it is that you're into, there's gonna be somebody out there that's probably gonna dig it. You gotta find those people, you gotta engage with them, and at the end of the day, it may take a year or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, but if they come to your fucking show when you're playing and touring in their city, then it was fucking worth it. When you're engaging with your audience, guys, you need to realize that when you're engaging with them, it needs to be with a purpose in mind. You're not looking for instant gratification. And what I mean by that is maybe you're following somebody on socials, maybe you're engaging with them, and maybe they're not actually liking your post. You're not looking for that. Don't let that upset you. That's not the point of this. The point is for you to engage, to eventually draw them to your music, so they can eventually get hooked on your music and get hooked on you as a brand, and then they can eventually become that lifelong super fan. All right, guys, so we're on to tip number 4. And honestly, this could have been number 1, but I didn't put it number 1 because it takes a long time to kind of develop this mindset and really understand what the fuck I'm going to talk about here. So tip number 4 is going to be trust the process. There's a shit ton of information that I could provide you on this, and it could pretty much relate to anything to do within the music industry and being a music artist. But I'm going to stick to the point here, which is marketing. When you start off, you need to have a marketing plan. If you're doing things, sloppy, then you got to rethink that. You got to come up with some sort of a marketing plan, do your research, do some trial and error, and eventually come up with some sort of a marketing plan that works for you. And you need to stick to that plan. Now, you can modify that plan and you can adjust it whenever it needs to be adjusted. But at the end of the day, you need to trust the process. You need to trust that as long as I follow all these steps, then this release is eventually going to be successful. Now, the music needs to be good. If your music sucks, then I don't know if it's going to work. But you need to trust the process. Outline a marketing plan. Stick to that marketing plan. Don't look for instant gratification. Trust that as long as you take care of all those steps, then eventually it's gonna work. And you may not see it today, you may not see it tomorrow, but you gotta trust the process. Now I'm gonna tell you guys a little bit of my marketing plan, the shit that I do, what's worked for me as a techno producer, and which has helped see my career grow, especially in the last 2 years. So I'm gonna fill you guys in on some of my little secrets, and hopefully that can help you guys a little bit. So first thing that I do when I release a track, I use this service called Repost Exchange, all right? And I swear by this thing, it's fucking great. I discovered some of my artists from my label, Lazuli Records there, and I've actually managed to network with quite a few people. Some of you guys are following me on my Instagram now, and we're chatting and shit, and it's really cool. And that's what it's about. It's about engagement, and it's about building a sense of a community within yourself and each other, and growing together, right? So Repost Exchange, it only works for SoundCloud, but I swear by this thing, and it's a repost sharing platform based on points. And eventually I'll do a video for you guys on this, on how I use it. But if you guys want to go check it out, I'm going to put a link on the description there. So it is a marketing affiliate link, so I'm going to get credited. I think I get like 50 credits or something like that. So I'm not trying to scam you guys, just letting you know. But if you guys want to go check it out, it's Repost Exchange, or you can click on the link in the description below. All right, so the other thing that I do, and I usually do this within the first day or two with a release, or when I upload something on YouTube or whatever, Facebook groups. Now, if you're not a part of Facebook groups, then you got to get on this shit right away. There's literally millions and millions of people within your genre where you could be promoting for free, you can be engaging, you can be posting, you could be networking. Facebook groups was essentially the foundation of how I started my record label. It's not too hard. Just go on groups, start put in a keyword, so techno or deep house, whatever it is that you're looking for. You might have to answer some questions. Maybe don't start posting shit right away because you don't want to be that annoying guy and get banned from the website. Definitely engage with people, so check out other people's work. But eventually, you could start dumping your music on there, and you're going to see results. You're going to get some new fans. It's going to work. I'll guarantee you Facebook groups. You know, the third one is common sense. It doesn't cost anything. Instagram, probably the best tool, you know, hands down right now, currently. And, you know, make use of the stories, make use of the posts, especially if you don't have a lot. You want to be having constant content. So what I do is whenever I hashtag or whenever I want to hashtag a post, what I'll do is I'll go to besthashtags.com. I think it might be best-hashtags.com. I'll put a link in the description for you guys if you want, but I definitely go on there. It saves me a lot of time. I'm able to put in a keyword, so like techno family or techno music. It spits out 30 of the most popular hashtags right now. I copy those, I edit it in, I put my own shit in there, and then boom, I got a bunch of hashtags, and hopefully that'll get me out to everybody that's not my followers. The other one that I just recently started using is TikTok. You can literally just grab your cell phone and just talk on it, and you're gonna get hundreds and hundreds of views. So it's super easy. You don't really have to overthink it. You can mute and you can put audio over the video. And if your music is, your music distributor is in partnership with TikTok, you should then be able to find your songs. So Instagram, TikTok, it's free. Make use of that as much as you can. And the last thing that I do, and probably one of the most important things, is contact Spotify curators. You can find these guys. You can find them on LinkedIn. You can find them on Facebook. You know, sometimes you have to do a little bit of Google searching, but you can find these guys and contact the Spotify curators and reach out to them, engage with them, network with them, show them your music. You know, if you're lucky, they might play your shit. They might repost your song on their Spotify channel, which has thousands and thousands of people. They might do it for free. They might not. You can try using Submit Hub if you guys want. I mean, you want to drop a little bit of money. Submit Hub is a great way maybe to get some feedback. I mean, you may not necessarily get approved, but Spotify curators is definitely the way to go. Now, I did this. I spent a shit ton of time last year networking and finding these curators, and I was able to locate some really fucking good curators who are organic, who represent the exact same style of music that I love. And if you guys want, you guys can hit me up. I can put you in touch with these curators as part of a PR firm that we're running with my label, Lazuli Records. So if you guys want, just hit me up. I'll put a link in the description on how to contact me for the PR services. But I mean, you can do this shit on your own. It might take time, but spend a little bit of time. Find these curators. Ultimately, they're in control of the airwaves right now. Not a lot of people are listening to radio. You know, maybe people listen to the radio on their way to work and things like that. But, you know, when they're actually wanting to discover music, curators are the way to go. All right, guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed my thoughts and views on getting in that promotion mindset, that promotion mentality, that marketing mentality. I think it's super important as an artist, and I hope I'm able to help you guys because, you know, I see a lot of people releasing songs and they don't really put enough effort into promoting their shit, and it's a damn shame because there's a lot of really good music out there. But guys, you gotta view this is just as important, if not more important, than writing the actual music itself. So hopefully I'm able to inspire you guys a little bit. Hopefully I'm able to help you guys. If you guys want to keep seeing shit like this, just let me know, comment. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to try to keep giving you as much knowledge as I possibly can. And until we see each other again, I hope you guys are keeping safe. Peace.